Michel Thomas Method, Spanish Vocabulary Course, copyright 2007. In the methodology, Thomas Keymaster Languages, LLC, all rights reserved. In the content, Dr. Rose Lee Hayden. In the recording, Hodder and Stoughton.
Bienvenido. Welcome. My name is Rose Lee Hayden, and I had the distinct privilege of working closely with Michel Thomas for several decades, in particular, teaching what he referred to as the second phase. This second phase built upon the structural knowledge of the language that Michel Thomas so brilliantly provided in his Spanish courses. As Michel Thomas himself often noted, he built the house, but it was up to us to decorate it. And decorate it we shall in the Spanish vocabulary course that builds directly upon what you've accomplished, having completed Michel Thomas's Spanish courses. And for those of you who have not done these courses, I urge you to do so. You will be surprised at how painlessly they will teach or reinforce your Spanish and will introduce you to a unique method of language learning. I dedicate this course to Michel Thomas and to all of you who have chosen to build your Spanish vocabulary the Michel Thomas way. As veterans know, and newcomers will learn, the Michel Thomas method has some very firm as well as surprising ground rules. Let me share these with you, as Michel Thomas did, right up front, so that we can make the most of this opportunity to build your Spanish vocabulary and proficiency the Michel Thomas way. The first ground rule is essential: to relax. If you're tense, you cannot enjoy learning, and you'll miss that sense of excitement and accomplishment that this method would otherwise provide. The second ground rule is equally important. Never try to remember. If you want to learn the Michel Thomas way, you must avoid old habits, that urge to memorize, to expect rote drills, to take notes, to do homework. Just don't. Ground rule number 3, take your time and think things through before you respond. And last but not least, ground rule number 4, you must participate. Interact. Never just listen passively. Michel Thomas knew that following these ground rules was the best way to learn another language. And as he said, what you understand, you know, and what you know, you will not forget. Now, learning vocabulary is not the same as learning structure, but we will do it the Michel Thomas way. In this Spanish vocabulary course, you will participate as the third member of a very special group made up of 2 native speakers, one with a Spanish accent, Roberta, the other with a Latin American one, Roberto. As Michel Thomas explained, the differences in accent are rather minor. Barcelona, Barcelona, razón, razón. So do not worry about this. Just do your part to interact actively with us as we reinforce the new concepts and vocabulary that I will be introducing throughout the course. Here's how this course is designed. First, I will introduce a new concept, word, or phrase. Then I will ask you to create your own response by prompting you with, "How do you say?" Whenever you hear me ask you this, hit the pause button. This will give you plenty of time to work out your answer. Please be sure to take as much time as you need. Think things through before you respond, and then respond out loud. Once you have responded, hit the pause button again to continue, and you will hear the correct response that the native speakers or that I will repeat. But in any case, you may want to go back over sections you find tricky at your own convenience. So relax. You will surprise yourself with just how much Spanish you already know or are able to use when you interact with us. And if you're unsure, just repeat a section. It's perfectly all right to review before moving on. In fact, at every stage, Michel Thomas designed his courses so that it was impossible to move on before you had understood and internalized what he was teaching. One last observation here. As Michel Thomas told us, a large percentage of English vocabulary is very similar to Spanish, and with a few key transformaciones, transformations, you can create well over 2,000 words. He also told us that our vocabulario activo is very limitado in any language, that 500 to 1,500 words in Spanish will make it posible for you to comunicar en español. This course, which is divided into 3 segments, presents over 1,000 words or phrases that in many cases you already know or are just waiting for you to transformar them into español. The first segment teaches over 24 transformaciones designed to unlock that Spanish vocabulario that you already know as an English speaker. The second focuses on reviewing structure, based on verbs that you have already used in the Michel Thomas Spanish courses, plus new ones you will learn here. The third and final course segment shares some common everyday Spanish expressions and helpful hints to help you build your proficiency and self-confidence as you venture forth with your newly enhanced Spanish. I am happy, indeed honored to be your coach as we set out on our adventures in learning Spanish vocabulary the Michel Thomas way. To quote Michel Thomas, together we will get that ball over the net.